Hello everybody and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rockets. We have a look at the Trebuchets. Now, we're just showing off the mech lab there at the beginning, giving you an idea of the build. There wasn't really a hell of a lot of difference there. Obviously all the weapons are still stock, and the mech is equipped with an LRM-15 and 3 medium lasers. Not much else was done. Added some extra ammo, upped the armour, uprated the engine a bit more so it got better speed. It's still a standard engine though. And I think there's some extra ammo for the LRM launcher. So we got my favourite map. I got the Caustic Valley. Yes, the best map. Now, Trebuchet is very popular. Originally, I misremembered it being very popular with Davy, but it's actually a very, very common mech within the Free Worlds League, and it's used to great effect within some of their mobile fire lancers, usually double teaming enemies with archers for LRM fire, and it's bodyguarded by a Centurion. So quite a nice lance layout actually. It's quite a lot of punch in that, definitely on tabletop. So the Trebuchet 5J is a Free Worlds League modification of the standard 5N, I believe is the stock variant, and that removes one of the LRM launchers in favour of giving the mech some more mobility. So 5 jump jets are added to give it some jump distance, which tabletop means a lot more than as a Mechwarrior Online. Obviously, in this it's more like a jetpack rather than actually being something that kind of boosts you across the map. But it's welcome. It allows you to hop over certain terrain obstacles that get in the way, especially when you need to run. And the mech also has had extra heat sinks. It came with a 5 extra singles, but obviously in this game singles don't mean much. You definitely need doubles to survive on any of the maps in this game. So yeah, I think there's just a single double now in the engine because the engine's bigger, and I think it had uprated armour anyway, but I've added a bit more, as I said, to the arms and such. So yeah, Trebuchet's been one of the other mechs that I think sadly has been overlooked in Mechwarrior Online. It's one of those mediums that don't really, I mean, its unique aspect was this LRM capability, but then PGI allow mechs to pretty much take whatever the hell they like, and because of that you lose a lot of the unique aspects of certain mechs, such as the Hunchback in its AC-20. You know, when a Shadowhawk or whatever other mech that has enough ballistic critical space can take it, then anything can take an AC-20. So much in the same way, the Trebuchet lost a lot of its unique capabilities of being like a dual LRM-15 carrier when, well, you know, you find the right medium mech and that's anybody, really. Or to have an SRM-2 slot, oh, we can put an LRM-20 in there, that kind of thing. So for that reason it generally gets ignored, I think, by a lot of players. It does have its own normal drawbacks. One of the main issues it's got is it has a very sort of broad, flat torso, so as a target and a silhouette it's easy to identify, and it's easy to pick side torsos off. If you can avoid it, I would not take a XL engine in these things if you can fit the build you want and the armour and everything without having to go to the XLs. Mainly because, as I said, for the high alpha pinpoint gameplay in Mechwarrior, it makes the Trebuchet very fragile in comparison to some of the other medium mechs out there. One of the other downsides, as I said, was the silhouette makes it incredibly easy to identify. It's sort of like a skinny version of a Victor at range, so it makes it quite simple to sort of pick out that one's, there it is likely got missiles, get close. Its armour is also sometimes a bit wanting, but that's because it's a support mech. I know you can max out the armour, but generally when you want to take, with me taking the stock weapons, I can't usually afford to have maximum armour on these things, so it definitely feels a tiny bit more flimsy, but in its support role it works perfectly well. I really like the Trebuchets as LRM carriers. I like legitimate LRM carriers rather than these mechs that are specifically designed to be you know, specifically built to carry all the missiles, or specifically built to carry all the ballistics kind of thing. So I quite like that fact that it's a mech that's dedicated to one role, and that is to basically hit targets and pepper them at range and really wear them down for the rest of the team. And I think I've shown that off in this match. generally keeping out of the fight until it's absolutely necessary, and then
New target acquired.
try my best to use the medium lasers and the LRM launcher on the fly. And as I said, it's one of the mechs I always enjoyed when it first came out. I quite like the TBT-3C, the Star League era variant. I like the Artemis combination on that. And this one is quite nice, although it only has the one LRM launcher. The heat is really nice and manageable. And 3 mediums is a pretty decent punch for a 50-tonner with the launcher. I mean, you could obviously switch this down and probably modify it a little bit more, maybe make it like an SRM1 and some pulse lasers, so it could just be like a fast-moving splat mech, which you could do perfectly well. And there's a few options there for you. I think I'm not far off from death. I think I made a mistake. How unusual for me, eh?
New target acquired.
I think after this spider, I make the mistake of believing that, oh, there's just a grasshopper with PPCs left, and I come a cropper of the second to last player on their team. Yeah, I was like, ah, there he is, there's that motherfucker.
Acquired.
Yeah, I saw the PPC fire, right, I'm gonna get close to him, and I'm gonna be a hero. Here we go. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go around this rock. Ah, shit, it's an Eben Jagger. Oh, the paint scheme, I tried to make it as close as possible to some of the Marek guard units, which usually have a dark purple with a red and a blue. Unfortunately, the colour channels don't allow you to have that iconic sort of red stripe down one side, blue stripe down the other. So that was the best I could do, unfortunately. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time for some chassis series involving the Trebuchet and beyond. So, bye, everyone. Bye.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Fuel at